Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm Lynn, an avid plant lover and kind of a gardening nerd, and in our last video that one was all about plants you want to get in the ground right now in April in your Texas or hot summer climate gardens. Today, however, is all about plants you will regret planting in Texas and so many other gardens. And you're probably seeing some of these plants in your garden centers right now. So after watching this video, hopefully we're going to save you some time, money, resources, and disappointment. So let's get started. The number one plant on the list, and this is in no particular order, y'all, is hydrangeas, specifically and especially the big leaf types. They will collapse quickly in the Texas heat and sun. They also tend to prefer soil that skews more towards the acidic, and alkaline soil is very common in central Texas and other parts of Texas as well. So you want to be cognizant of it not preferring high heat, intense sun, and needing soil that skews towards the acidic, generally speaking. In our Texas gardens, most of our Texas gardens, these plants are going to require constant water just to look decent. And if you're in Central Texas, West Texas, North Central Texas, you're probably dealing with water restrictions and trying to reduce your water use. You all have gotten a good look via these images of where hydrangeas, these big leaf hydrangeas, thrive. And basically, even though you see them in the garden centers, and unless you have a very special spot for them to create the environment that they like, they probably should be a hard no. You may very well spend more time reviving these plants than enjoying them. Now, there is an alternative. The oak leaf hydrangeas are a lot more tolerant of our Texas gardens. Number two, gardenias. And boy, did I have a problem with this one. I even tried growing it in a pot and couldn't keep it happy. Now, why gardenias tend to be a problem here in Central Texas and other parts of Texas and other hot climate areas that have some of the same conditions, it is primarily because gardenias are extremely sensitive to alkaline soil. It needs the soil acidity to properly process what this plant needs. It's also prone to pests, stress, and ultimately it will probably become a high maintenance diva in your Texas conditions. Number three is hostas. Why you want to avoid hostas is because these plants are designed for cool, moist climates, not the Texas heat. These plants will burn, wilt, and disappear in the summer. And that is if the deer don't get to them first, because deer love hostas. These plants require deep shade and heavy watering. They often look good for about 3 weeks, and that's about it. Number four, tropical hibiscus. You're going to avoid this for most Texas landscapes, not all. Now, if you're in Central Texas, North Texas, West Texas, you're going to avoid this one because it's going to struggle with our intense sun and drying winds. It's going to need frequent watering. Again, back to our summer droughts. And so if you don't give it a lot of water, it is going to look rough really quickly. It's not freeze hardy, and it's going to die back more than likely for you every winter and not return. This just becomes a high maintenance annual disguised as a shrub. However, for the upper Gulf Coast, so areas like near Houston and South Texas, the high humidity and less hard freezes make those areas more suitable for the tropical hibiscus. But a good option is the hardy hibiscus. It is a perennial, so it should come back for you every year. And it handles heat a lot better than the tropical types. However, be careful because you don't give this plant consistent water, it is not going to perform for you the way that you're probably hoping for it to. The marsh or rose mallow hibiscus can work well if you have a wet spot, so they're great near ponds and areas like that. Rose of Sharon, which is shrub hibiscus, this one is a tougher plant than the tropical hibiscus as well. This one tends to handle the heat and sun well. It has low to moderate maintenance. Number 5, Japanese maples grown in the ground. And this one's kind of heartbreaking. And you see it on so many lists of plants that gardens must have. Not here. Why you want to typically avoid Japanese maples, especially in the ground, is because leaf scorch is almost guaranteed in our hot Texas summers. These plants will struggle with the intense sun and the hot winds. They will require, if you want to try and grow it, very specific placement, so morning sun only, and even then it needs to be protected. Number 6, English ivy. Well, okay, this one's easy, you guys. It's just aggressive and invasive. It's going to damage your structures and trees over time, and it will become a maintenance nightmare. It looks charming until it takes over everything. Number 7 is azaleas. Now, azaleas can be grown successfully in Texas, but they are not the easiest or the most low maintenance choice, especially in central Texas. If you're going to grow azaleas, the encore azaleas will be a top choice, but the soil must be acidic. Central Texas soil is typically alkaline, so you're going to have to heavily amend your soil to keep them happy, and they're going to want consistent moisture, especially during their establishment period and our hot summers. They tend to thrive best in East Texas and some areas of South Texas. Make sure that they only get morning sun, so a north or east exposure is ideal, but you want to avoid full afternoon sun to prevent leaf scorch in Texas. So you all, here is the real takeaway. Plants that struggle in Texas usually prefer acidic soil, and Texas, by and large, tends to be alkaline, not exclusively, but most of it. Plants that need cool summers, plants that require consistent moisture, and plants that cannot handle intense sun and wind. Well, that's it, you all. Have you grown a plant that just disappointed you? Please share that in the comments below so others can benefit from your experiences as well. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day in your garden. Bye.